Once, twice, three times a lady, kick it. Hey, thanks for coming back and watching these videos. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks for all those commenting. We're going to finish off this trilogy here with bands that had great third records. Their third record, in my opinion, was the best from all of them. And of course, behind me are two bands that I really couldn't pick what my favorite record was. I would also throw the Smoking Popes in on that mix. We have Jawbreaker with their third 24-Hour Revenge Theory. I always get that messed up, which way to look. It's a great record from Jawbreaker. And of course, Alkaline Trio, From Here to Affirmity, whatever that word is. Great third records from rock and roll bands, punk rock bands, whatever you want to call them, that you should be checking out. I know I can't go outside because of those Canadian fires. There's like smoke hazards, and it's like 500 degrees outside. Boy, what a summer everyone's having. Feel the heat. All right, let's get right into it. Number one, from a band from the New York area, a heavy metal band called Anthrax. Their first album did the second one, they got Joey Belladonna on it. And then the third one seemed like everyone was merging really nicely. Came out in 1987. It's called Among the Living. A creepy little dude on the cover there. This is their first one to kind of break through, getting played a lot on a few stations, that were playing heavy metal music. And of course, Indians, the song and video got some good play on MTV, pretty much on Headbangers Ball. And I think this was pretty much, maybe I heard Madhouse from the record before this, but this is pretty much my big time exposure to Anthrax, and a band that I've pretty much been collecting ever since. I've seen them live a few times. But yeah, Indians, Among the Living, Caught in a Mosh, I Am the Law. I went to a concert, House of Blues. Not my favorite chain of places, and certainly not my favorite venue here in Chicago, House of Blues, but I went to see them. I believe they did this whole album, so that was really fun. Number two, a band from Boston, Massachusetts, formed in the mid-'80s, and they really hit their heyday. I love all their stuff. Again, a band that I follow all their music from, but to me, if I'm looking at everything, their first two were great, but I think the production value increased, and the harmonies, and just how they laid out the songs. I usually like the groups when they're young and full of angst. The first two albums from them certainly kind of like that, but this third one really polished up really nice. I'm talking about Buffalo Tom, and they are a good rock and roll band through and through. If you've never heard them, check them out. This is their third album called Let Me Come Over. It came out in 92, the summer of 92. I had a big heartbreak in 92. My girl I was going out with, who was from Canada, oddly. Maybe I'm blaming her for the wildfires. She was like, I can't see you anymore. You're an American. I'm Canada. I'm through with school. I'm up here. Long distance. Whatever. I got through it. And one of the reasons why I got through it was this great record, Buffalo Tom, Let Me Come Over. Number three out of the 15 albums that I'm going to show you, that third one is the best. Coheed and Cambria. This one was really tough. One of the few ones here that were tough. I like all their albums. Again, a band I follow through and through. Some have more songs that I like than others, but I guess this has Welcome Home on it. That's their big song. It's like their kind of Stairway to Heaven, if you will. Jane's Addiction had 3 Days. These guys have Welcome Home. Led Zeppelin, of course, has the original Stairway. These epic, longer songs that are just on another level. It's really good stuff here. It, of course, has a slow song, Wake Up, which is my favorite slow song from them. But yeah, a lot of their records have just amazing songs on it. They're kind of like Rush, in that people either really like his higher pitch vocals or people don't like his higher pitch vocals, but I like it. It's progressive alternative rock / a little bit of heavy metal in there, I guess. But yeah, to me, they peaked when their third one, 2005. The title of their albums always take a million times to say it. It's just crazy. The title for this one, even though it has a 4 on it, is called Good Apollo I'm Burning, Star 4, Volume 1, From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. People just call it Good Apollo, usually. Coheed and Cambria. Another band that, of course, we all love through and through, but I think they peaked with their third one. A little band called The Clash. The Only Band That Matters, from 1979, of course. London Calling. The bass player there, just letting that bass have it. You are angry with your bass. London Calling, the title track. Revolution Rock. The Guns of Brixton. It's just good stuff. Lost in the Supermarket, another jam there. Yeah, it's just, this is, if you're going to pick up one Clash album, I believe you would pick up this. But be warned, it contains lyric content which may be offensive to some members of the public. Even in 1979, we were worried about offending the public. Punk rock. Released on my 11th birthday in 1982. The Number of the Beast from Iron Maiden, the first record, of course, with singer Bruce Dickinson joining Iron Maiden. Everyone loves those first two Iron Maiden records, I get it, but this obviously started a whole new era with, Iron Maiden as we know it today, really. Number of the Beast, of course. This is almost the perfect album. I don't like Invaders. I can't be the only one out there that was like, man, if they just had Invaders off, but it's still, I mean, it's a great song. It's just almost perfect album. But Invaders, Children of the Dam, The Prisoner, 22 Acacia Avenue, The Number of the Beast, one of the coolest intros ever. Run to the Hills, even MTV Headbangers Ball finally had to start paying attention to Iron Maiden and play that one. Gangland and Hallowed Be Thy Name. This is a great record. Of course, a lot of parents were worried that their kids were all going to go to hell if we listened to this. And here we are now, 2023. None of us are in hell. We're all still listening to The Number of the Beast, third record from Iron Maiden. Let's give the great record label from Chicago, Touch and Go Records, let's give them some props. They were smart enough to get this band on the label. Talking about the Jesus Lizard. 1992, they come out with Liar. Oh, the art, from the artwork on, you knew you were getting a classic. Again, another band that I bought all their records. Everyone, all their stuff is great. But if I had to pick one Jesus Lizard record, Puss, Slave Ship, so much good stuff. Boilermaker, my favorite Jesus Lizard song. Oh man, Gladiator, just the drumming. As a drummer, I still don't know how does he pull off some of those rhythms. It's crazy. It's pounding. The guitar work, phenomenal. Now, David Yao, as everyone in Chicago, everyone at Jesus List show, you caught a few of his boots to your face, didn't you, when he was jumping around on the stage and crowd surfing? But whatever. The guy, he's not a singer per se, and a singer or whatever. And if I ever come up with a list of the greatest frontmen who really weren't technically great singers, he would be in the top 5. I like how his voice works with this kind of heavier music. And it's like I said, it's one of the few singers that I really like. That's not vocally great. It's just voice fits for this kind of music. If you've never heard them and only heard of them, check them out. It's really heavy, pounding bass, drums, guitar. It's like alternative rock, and it's great. Jesus Lizard, their third one, Liar, is their best. All right, the UK, long history of bringing us phenomenal bands. In 2003. This band just blew me out of the water. I could not get enough of them. Could not get enough of this record. Went back, bought their first 2 albums. Wasn't that impressed. So I was like, man, they really peaked with this. Let's go from here. And they kind of just went, talking about the Muse. I don't know what happened. I've bought, I think, 2015 was Drones. That's the last one I bought from them. I've had 2 more, I think, since then. It's a band that I was so interested in. And now I could care less what they're doing. Saw them live twice around this era, and I tell you, the Muse, don't be turned off with their stupid soundtrack songs or poppy electric songs. Back when they were a great, phenomenal rock band with a little bit of pop to them, they were putting out stuff like Absolution. I'll tell you, this is a great record. 2003, it came out. It's a damn perfect record. Apocalypse Please, Time is Running Out, Sing for Absolution, Stockholm Syndrome, oh, it goes on and on and on. Great songs, great, he gets up there in a little higher range there. Great singing, just the musicianship is phenomenal. Intense music, kind of like Smashing Pumpkins, but not really vocally kind of the same. I don't know. There's Muse. Hopefully we've all heard of Muse, right? And I tell you, their third record, Absolution, is absolutely their best. A band that it's hard to pick the favorite one from. How do you pick it? It's like picking your favorite kid. Although, really, is that hard if you have multiple kids? Some are jerks, right? And oh, that's my favorite one. Yeah, the other ones, I don't know. But anyway, I digress. Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. It's their third one. 1974. I believe, all around, it's their best. In the Lap of the Gods. Stone Cold Crazy, of course. Killer Queen. Now I'm Here. Such a great song. Queen, my favorite Queen song is probably Spread Your Wings, oddly enough, which isn't off of this one. But Queen's got so many great songs. It's hard to pick their hits album would be a great album to have. But if I had to pick one studio album, I think I would pick Sheer Heart Attack, which is their third one, Queen. Punk rock band that I love, that helped me usher me into the local punk rock scene. I was so interested in them. And they come out in 1991 with their third record, and it came out the same month that Nirvana Nevermind came out. So that was bringing people into like, oh, what's this alternative and college and indie world and punk world? Punk was still a little, quote unquote, scary at that point. Hadn't hit the mainstream yet. But I tell you, this record, top 5 records of all time easily. Screeching Weasel, my brain hurts. This was original pressing. This is worth about $100. I ain't selling it. I tell you, this is a damn fine record. Ben Weasel, Dan Vapid were just, the friendship was there. It just gelled perfectly. There's a million albums of Screeching Weasel. There's a million lineup changes and all that. But if you're new and young, although young people don't watch this channel, I look at the stats, it's us old dudes that watch this channel. But for you young people that may be watching this channel, Screeching Weasel, if you're into the pop punk stuff, straight ahead punk stuff, Screeching Weasel, My Brain Hurts, phenomenal record. Get it. It was their third, and it was their best. I look at the stats for this channel, and it is like, 94% male, and like 94% 45 to 54, or something like that, which is fine. I fit in that category, so I guess that's what I appeal to. Don't appeal to women, that's for sure. You mean a guy in a basement full of toys and records doesn't appeal to women? Shocking. Alright, another band from the UK put this out in 1986. I was still ignorant. Only had my blinders on listening to classic rock and heavy metal in 86, and it didn't fit in that. I wasn't trying to discover college or indie rock or alternative rock. Nope, 86, I was just like this. So I missed this record. Shame on me. But about 4 years later, discovered the brilliance of it. Talking about the Smiths. Talking about The Queen is Dead. From 1986, this is their third record. Frankly, Mr. Shankly, Cemetery Gates, Some Girls Are Bigger Than Others, The Boy with a Thorn in His Side, Big Mouth Strikes Again. Almost every track is really fun to listen to. I've seen Morrissey twice, more recently, as like a solo artist guy. Everyone, of course, when you're saying, what bands would you like to reunite, this would be great. It's never going to happen, but anywho, third record was the best from the Smiths, The Queen is Dead. 1991, the year of so much fun, so many records. I have a video, if you want to look in my video playlist, of the best records of 1991. I tell you, it was a phenomenal year. I already had, 1 or 2 albums from that year on this mix. Let's throw this one, the third one, from Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger. I tell you, I love Loud Love, and the Scream was Scream for Help EP, and their other album there. But I tell you, this is also a band that I followed through their whole career, and up until their last studio album. That was a great one. I saw them on the tour 2 or 3 times. And then, of course, sadly, we lost Chris Cornell. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back. Rusty Cage, Outshined, Jesus Christ Pose, probably my first or second favorite Soundgarden song. Ritual, I think, maybe swapping places with that every once in a while. Just a great, great album. Search with My Good Eye Closed. All the guys were just playing great alternative rock on this. Musicianship is phenomenal on this. I'll tell you, man. This, if I had to pick one Soundgarden album, it's going to be Bad Motorfinger, which is their third. Let's go to that glam rock, heavy metal stuff, hair metal, whatever you want to call it. Fun heavy metal. I call it just pop metal. Pop metal from the 80s. This band called TNT from, I think they were a Norwegian band. They put out 1 record, did okay, and then they got American singer Tony Harnell. He's a phenomenal singer, still singing great. Would love to see him. He's one person I've not seen live that I would love to go see live. Still got the pipes. He came in, sang on their second record, and the third record I believe they really, really gemmed. Of course, it went from more of a pop metal sound, glam metal sound, but I loved it. Tell No Tales. The high-pitched vocals are insane on this. Everyone's a star. 10,000 Lovers in One. That's probably maybe this video song you saw on Headbangers Ball. As Far As the Eye Can See, Sapphire, Child's Play, Northern Lights, a great ballad, great slow song, is on this record. So yeah, their third was their best. TNT, third record, Tell No Tales. 1984, again, great year for heavy metal. Van Halen came out with 1984, obviously. These guys were, boom, they blew up as well. A band you didn't think was going to blow up, especially people that have been seeing them play New York clubs and bars forever. How's this band going to break into the pop world? And certainly, they've become, when you think of heavy metal from the 80s, one of the most iconic bands from that era. I'm talking about Twisted Sister. I love their first two albums, don't get me wrong. They are great records, but if I'm going to go with looking at everything they've done, I got to pick one record that stands above the rest, and that's their third from 1984, Stay Hungry. Of course, the band was probably like, you couldn't put us anywhere on this record? Like, couldn't put us here? Just D? Oh, no. Oh, we get the back cover. Oh, thanks. Lead singer disease there, but Stay Hungry, we're not going to take it. When this came out, people weren't sick of that song already. So imagine hearing that song and like Scorpions Rock You Like a Hurricane, stuff like that we're all, AC/DC, Back in Black, Shook Me All Night Long. Hearing those iconic songs when they were first rolling up the charts, I know now we're all sick of them, trust me, but it was good stuff. Burn in Hell, featured in the Pee Wee Herman movie. I Want to Rock, of course, another great hit. The Price, which was a great slower song. Yeah, good stuff. Third is their best, Stay Hungry, Twisted Sister. U2, a band that people, I think it's cool to hate them now. I don't know. I'm not going with what was cool and what was not. I've always kind of found them interesting. Some of their albums have gone fair, good, great, excellent. This would be excellent. Of course, talking about 1983's War. Why do I think it's excellent? Well, Sunday Bloody Sunday, New Year's Day, for crying out loud, 40, Surrenders, good stuff on this record. If I had to pick, I love Achtung Baby, brings back a lot of emotions at the time that I was going through when that came out. Under Joshua Tree, of course. There's so many great U2 albums from that era, but I think if I had to pick one that I want to listen to over and over, it would be the third, War. 15th and final band and record I'm going to show you. Of course, if you watch this channel, this is my most recent find of a band that's newer. I'm trying to be hip like the kids. Talking about a band from the UK, Wolf Alice. Oh, I love this band. I heard their music around this era, went back, bought their first two records, love their first two records. They have some EPs that are, if you want to get them on vinyl, like that's going to be your whole paycheck. Crazy prices for their stuff, early stuff. But I saw them on this tour, just saw them last year, and I just blown away by this band. This is their third album called Blue Weekend. That's officially the back side. This would be the front side, a little hype sticker down there. And if you go on YouTube and put Blue Weekend, Wolf Alice, I believe they shot like a video for every song on this album. And it's like this long play video. If not every song, almost every song. Check it out. It's great. Like visually, the stuff that they did in the video really works with this. She's got a perfect voice for a rock band. She can go screaming kind of punk to really light, airy stuff. Great voice. The band just knows how to perfectly put the music behind that voice. It's just a phenomenal band. My favorite discovery of a new band in a while. So Wolf Alice, my favorite's their third and their last one. I mean, they're going to come out with more stuff, but this is their release that they put out last 2021, Blue Weekend. So I'm anxious to see what they'll do from here. Maybe they'll be like my fourth album favorite. I don't know, whatever. But right now it's the third, Blue Weekend. Well, I hope you enjoyed that list. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Who are your some favorite bands, thirds, albums from third bands, favorite from Third Rock from the Sun. I don't know. Thanks for watching.